Hello and welcome to Dishonored 2, the sequel to the first Dishonored. Yes, I know, I was shocked when I found out as well. We're of course going to continue our high chaos, kill everything that moves run, but we're going to do it as Emily this time instead of Corvo, and there's two reasons for that. One, I feel like her story fits better with the overall narrative of the series, and also because she has different powers than Corvo, and the first time I played this, I went Emily, but I also went low chaos clean hands, so I don't think I really got to use any of her powers. So, well, to be fair, I barely used Corvo's powers when we played the first game in High Chaos because it's just easier to slice and shoot. But yeah, I'll try and actually use powers. We're going to do a new game, and we're going to do medium because we don't get an achievement for doing higher difficulty, so why should we? Dunwall, 1837 to 1852. As Emily Caldwell, ruler of the Empire of the Isles, you have numerous enemies. Your father is Lord Corvo Attano, infamous royal protector and spymaster. In the years since you took the throne, Corvo has spent many hours training you in the arts of stealth and combat.
I remember training with my father in the years after the rat plague. Someday, he said, our enemies will come for you.
The scary part is, not only have I played...
Sounds and smells of Dunwall never change much.
Jeez.
This is my city.
Not only have I played this in the low chaos, I have done high chaos with Corvo, and I don't remember it.
What training regimen does
slightly
father
alarming.
have in store for
All
me
right,
today?
Majesty. Let's see what you can do.
Come on, buddy.
I've got to slide under to get through. All right, good.
Any day now. Fine.
You'll have to sprint, vault the obstacle, then slide under.
Easy as cake. What's next?
Don't know if there's any like little things we need to find. Oh, I have to swim. Oh, this always went so well in the first one. Could I do this like in the first one? Could I have looked down and pressed S to go up and I just missed that? Because that was like my biggest struggle.
If only I could spend every day running and jumping.
I mean,
Now let's see how quick my feet are.
the royalty, I'm pretty sure you can do whatever you want.
Come to me. You've learned well.
Why, thank you.
Let's see how quiet you are, young lady.
Control the stealth. Yeah, we won't be using that very much.
I want you to sneak up on me, if you can.
I feel like this is not a proper test, seeing as you know I'm on my way.
That's my girl. Don't let me hear you or see you.
Didn't see anything at all.
Given
In the
time,
words of
an
Corvo
enemy will
Attano,
notice you,
hidden like a
even if you're
secret,
at the edge of their
quiet as the
peripheral vision.
sunset.
One at a time, please.
Remember, a pistol will wake up everyone in the building. Your crossbow is quiet.
Why the... There we go.
Perfect shot.
Spirit of the Deep. Excerpt from a longer work of fiction. Spirit of the Deep, Siren of the Dreams. I walked for hours along the coast, leaving Dunwall behind me until the lament of the waves drowned all other feeling. I wept, knowing you would not come to me, my love. You rule my dreams, where I behold with senses I do not possess in waking life the dark splendor of your home in the deep. There the ocean, rests on your back like a sleeping child on his father's shoulders. In these sleepless nights of despair, you appear to me not as the mighty Leviathan, but as a young man with eyes as black as the void.
Time for some more weapons.
Is the
and
outside is
combat
secretly
training. Let's beat
elder
each
god?
other up,
That's
shall
just-
we? Yes. The clean. That's my daughter. When someone swings a sword at you, block.
Or just swing wildly. That also works.
Good. Well done. Very good. You've got a natural instinct for fighting. If you time your block right, you'll throw an enemy off balance.
Alright. Okay, so the
You're quick.
window isn't
Smart
too bad.
move.
The time that I say as I
Block with your blade. That'd stop even
say
the
as I
most
miss.
black-hearted killer. You can choke an enemy out, even in combat.
sorry. There we go. It's fine that we failed that a couple times because we're never going to use it.
When an enemy is off balance, you can land a lethal counterattack.
This, however, we will.
Go for the fatality. Feel better knowing you can take care of yourself. When trouble does finally come, you're ready to fight.
I wouldn't bet money on it. A long day in Dunwall. Today marks the anniversary of the death of Empress Jessamine Kaldwin, assassinated 15 years ago. Visitors from across the Empire of the Isles have journeyed to Dunwall Tower for the occasion.
Why do we celebrate the anniversary of an assassination? 15 years ago, in the middle of a plague that nearly destroyed Dunwall, a paid killer assaulted the palace where I was born and stabbed my mother in the heart. In the aftermath, the men who sent the assassin tried to use me as a pawn in a game of power. They would have succeeded, but my father, Corvo Attano, hunted them down and cut their conspiracy to pieces. All these years later, am I the ruler my mother wanted me to be? Now, we face a new crisis. A monster the papers are calling the Crown Killer has been picking off my enemies and dressing it up like my father and I are responsible. I don't know whether to get on a ship and sail to the opposite side of the world, or to have everyone around me executed.
Watch your step, Majesty.
I'm not looking forward to all the ceremony today.
Your signet ring. There. You're ready.
Thank you, Alexei. Open the doors.
Those are some really nice doors.
All hail Her Imperial Majesty, Emily Kaldwin.
Could use some
Loyal subjects,
more windows.
We're going through a difficult time, but today
bigger
we
ones,
honor
at
my
least.
mother, the late Jessamine Kaldwin. May her memory
Jessamine.
survive through the ages.
Sorry.
Emily,
You look tired, Father.
every year I think the anniversary of Jessamine's death will be easier, but it never is.
I wish Mother was still the Empress. I don't think I'm very good at this.
You're still learning. Don't worry about the rabble-rousers, and we'll catch the Crown Killer, eventually.
People are saying it's you. That these assassinations are a misguided effort to protect me.
No, someone's trying to make us look guilty by targeting your enemies.
I wish I could just run away from all this.
Are you
Sometimes
okay
do.
behind me?
You think I don't know about your nights out on the rooftops? Courage. The ceremony will be over soon.
Royal protector and father. I should have passed a law against that combination of titles years ago.
Now, is this always here? Because surely that's, like, depressing to have that as a constant reminder. Or do they just move it in on the anniversary?
Majesty, before we begin the day's observances, we have an unexpected visitor, the Duke of Serkonos.
Ramsay says the Duke is bringing special gifts.
That's intriguing.
His Grace Luca Abel, Duke of Serkonos!
Mechanical soldiers? Amazing.
What is this, Ramsay? I didn't authorize those things.
Looks safe.
Your Imperial Majesty and Royal Protector Corvo Attano, a native of our homeland. Serkonos offers condolences on this sorrowful day, and gifts to remind you of our nation, the rising star on the southern horizon.
We thank you, Your Grace.
Save your thanks. For now, I give you the greatest gift of all, family. I present the lost sister of Jessamine Kaldwin, your rightful empress, Delilah Kaldwin.
Impossible.
My mother had a sister?
My dearest niece, hello.
Hello.
It's not true.
My father was Emperor Uhorn Jacob Kaldwin, and Jessamine was my younger sister. At the time of her death, I wasn't ready to make myself known to you, and I was forced to leave Dunwall. But now I'm home.
If you really are my mother's sister, you're welcome to stay as long as you like.
Little sparrow, blackened by bad memories, I'm here to relieve you of your crown. My father's promise, whispered in secret so many years ago, is now fulfilled.
Watch your tongue. Emily Kaldwin is the daughter of Empress Jessamine Kaldwin.
Also, surely,
Royal
since I am the Empress,
How naive to think you could
I
get
get
away
to
with
decide
these
whether you get my
murders.
throne or not.
Living in my palace has protected
Because
you.
I got her first.
That's over.
So
Hear
I make the
me,
rules.
All of you. Your rightful empress has returned.
All hail the Empress Delilah, first of her name. Arrest Emily Kaldwin and her father for the Crown Killer murder.
What?
Your sword can't still my heart.
And this is where we get to pick. And yes, we're playing as Emily. If I can... I don't have a... I just had to press enter, apparently.
I will cast you in cold marble. No! Sweet girl, over time you'll come to love me. Perhaps someday you'll see me as the mother you lost. But until then, you'll be kept out of trouble.
I'll lock Lady Emily in her chambers, and I'll bring her to Cauldron Prison until her trial.
Won't the little, like, coral things you have on your upper arms like,
My
chip
father
against
lost it
things and
all
fall
when I
off?
was a boy, so now I wear this uniform, and I send
Does ruin the
20-year-olds
outfit.
out to patrol the rose gardens instead of drinking with the men from the shooting club.
I thought he said suiting.
Captain Ramsay, I heard
Soothing,
shouting.
like you would a
Lady
child.
Emily, what happened?
It'll be all Captain Mayhew.
I thought she was gonna be our buddy.
What kind of sword folds in half?
Compact one? Oh, I should have said one that you'll taste soon enough. Yeah, that would have been a better line.
There's a legend in the Tower Guard about the Empress's last resort, a safe room inside your chambers holding enough gold to buy a good-sized island. They say that this ring is one of the only 2 keys to exist.
See, I'm not...
What happened?
Oh.
Alexei. The throne room. Father.
I'm not entirely sure how...
Nothing I can do alone. I need to get out of here.
Okay, my turn. I'm not entirely sure how these things work, like with royalty, but I'm pretty sure since you have the ring now, that means
Hold your horses, Corporal.
you're the new ruler.
Ramsey knows what he's doing. The man's moving.
Should I just spin it and pick a place to hide for a while? I need time to think.
And a snack.
Fashion in Dunwall. He'd be smart to remember that.
Letter from Advisor Helmswater. Empress. We face yet another murder, and I cannot remain silent on this matter. Strange, is it not, that all the victims have openly opposed you? If not strange, then oh so very convenient. Is there anything you wish to tell me, Majesty? How can I be an advisor if you don't include me in these most sensitive of endeavors? I feel I must be the only person in Dunwall who doesn't know the truth about the Crown Killer. Don't leave me out in the cold. I remain your trusted servant and advisor, Leonora Helmswater. Ship launch protocol. Empress. After a Royal Protector shakedown cruise, we'll launch the ISS Jessamine. Did they call her Jessamine, or am I miss? This is dot all over again, but with more complicated matters or words. Kaldwin, just before the anniversary of your mother's passing, pending your approval, of course. On the platform, we'll have a bottle of King Street brandy, tied to a long tether that you will release to swing out against the hull. What you say during the ceremony is, of course, up to you, but here are some ideas intended to serve as food for thought. May a brisk wind hurry you to shores near, far, and fair. May you shelter your crew from the perils of the terrible ocean. May you always sail for Bristol, true of heart and homeward bound. Yours faithfully, Advisor Wainwright. Oh, I thought use meant leave.
How many times have I looked at that skyline? It feels like everything just changed.
This doesn't. Oh. Oh, that was just a typewriter. I thought it was a recording.
Delilah is some sort of witch. How is this possible?
Lady Emily, you're all right. I was worried.
I can't dally. No time for that now.
Where's the Royal Protector?
Sorry, I was playing the harp.
There's a coup underway. My father he's imprisoned, for lack of a better word.
You've got to get out of the tower. Through your safe room. There was a captain earlier today, down at the docks, looking for the Royal Protector. Find her. Get out of Dunwall.
Alexei, I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Oh. More loot.
These bastards are working with Ramsey and the Duke of Serkonos.
So, where do we... J. Oh, we can just go and... We could just leave. Or we can go and kill some guy. We're definitely going to go and kill some guy. After we've looted.
Emily, I know times are hard. You're the ruler of 4 nations, and I won't pretend to understand the pressure you're under. Only you, and your mother before you, could know what that's like. Whoever's killing off your enemies is doing so for calculated effect, undermining us. I do know what it's like to be blamed for murders you didn't commit, but trust me, we'll find this crown killer, and they'll pay. Tomorrow is the anniversary of her death. A sad day for sure. But I want you to remember all that's happened over the last 15 years. You've held on to the throne.
This is going on for
You've
longer
done
than I
what you
expected.
thought was right for the people of the Empire. You drained the flooded district, kept the gangs in check, and yesterday we launched a magnificent ship
But
bearing
I'm committed.
Jessamine's name. You're becoming the sovereign your mother wanted you to be, and I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank goodness. Got to check if there was... Whoop. Hello. Hopefully you were a bad guy and not one of the ones that were still loyal. The Royal Protector, historical records of government position and ranks, Adenum. Corvo Attano, accused of assassinating the Empress he was sworn to protect. How unlikely he would not only overcome this shame, but then redeem himself so fully as to be named Royal Protector to yet another Empress. Those of us at the College of Histories were too fast to use pen against him. Yet let us not blame historians, cause that is us and we don't want blame. For the evidence against Attano was nearly overwhelming. First, he was the only royal protector ever to have been born on an isle other than Bristol. That does not matter. His foreignness is not in itself a crime, but added to the suspicions, the most forgiving of which was that he lacked the capacity to fully understand his duties. Secondly, he was caught quite red-handed, with bloodied weapon kneeling over the body of Empress Jasmine. Of course, it turns out that even this damning evidence was part of a clever plot to destroy the Empress and remove Attano from interfering with the ongoing plans of the Lord Regent's conspirators. And while I admit to publishing what are now clearly incorrect conclusions regarding Corvo Attano, I will not, as some of my colleagues have done, resign my position as our veritable organization, but instead I reassert myself in the endeavor of weaning out the fact from fiction to produce the most salient histories possible. Oh.
It's kind of dry. I could really go for a whiskey or something. Maybe one of them 2-penny drinks.
I think what we're going... Oh, I thought it was a shiny, but it was not. I think we're gonna try and strike him from above after we've looked for loot.
Put in a request for new boots, and what did I get? A sock. One useless sock.
Don't worry, you won't need socks anymore. Should steal his socks. Just to add insult to injury. That way. Crown Killer strikes again. Dunwall citizens expressed shock and fear as yet another outspoken critic of Empress Emily Kaldwin has met with a violent demise. The latest victim is none other than Ichabod Boyle, notable entrepreneur, there we go, and supporter of the arts. Boyle recently wrote an opinion piece harshly criticizing the Empress for what he called her slipshod style of governance and her willful neglect of duties. Authorities are convinced the Crown Killer is the culprit, given the gruesome details left at the crime scene. As Her Majesty's most outspoken adversaries fall one by one to this notorious assassin, we boldly ask, is it now the duty of the Royal Protector to murder all who dare to criticize the throne? I'm going to accidentally slide into people in this game, I'm pretty sure.
throne room blocked off, we should have the time we need. Just stay here and stall anyone who comes by. I'll be back when I've searched the royal chambers, assuming I don't accidentally lock myself in this damn safe room.
We'll cover for you if anyone from the Duke's party returns. This is exciting. Everything's changing.
Yes, the natural order is reasserting itself. The Ramseys once hosted the king and queen of Morley. Did you know that? I spent my childhood playing with the Buntings and the Boyles, cream of society.
And very soon you'll be back at the top, Captain.
Something on fire.
Ramsey's family fell from the aristocracy, and apparently the man holds a grudge. How it's my fault, that's beyond me. But one way or another, Ramsey is too dangerous to be left in play.
Say no more. Hello. I interrupted myself.
This won't leave my hand again.
And yes, I'm not gonna leave these two.
They're going to pay for this. But I need to get away from here.
Can I open this? Or I do. Let's
Look at this place.
check on Dad.
Senseless slaughter. Father, I don't know how, but I'll make this right. I promise.
See.
Barred from the outside.
Okay. Thanks, that settles. I don't have to think about where to go. There's, I think it was. Okay, yes, we've been here.
Anton Sokolov made this lock.
Open sesame.
I spent so many nights in here after the rat plague.
Yeah, probably don't have to sneak in here, surely. This is quite... We could just live here. Oh, wrong button. Whispers from the Void by Barnoli Mulani. The treatise on the physical existence of that foreign realm, except it is a common story. A person has stopped breathing, pinned under carriage wheels or some other tragic happenstance, and is thought to be dead. But when the weight is removed, they make a quick recovery. But nonetheless, for a moment or two, this person was lost to us, lost to the world itself. And what did they experience while in this temporary death? Darkness? Nothingness? No, indeed not. They tell us, as so many before have, that they were in a particular place and can describe it vividly. And who among us does not know the place? Have we not all seen it in our dreams? This place we share, in the furthest reaches of our minds. The realm where nothing makes sense, where one is at once both lost and at home. The Void. Probably gonna keep accidentally pressing E to open things. Treatise on the physical existence of that foreign realm, excerpt number 2. These little glimpses of the Void in dreams or described by those awoken from comas are not limited to select few. In my interviews, I've gleaned that there is not a single citizen without such visions, at one time or another. Have you interviewed every single citizen? This then must be a real place, not folklore or mass delusion. Perhaps it exists deep below the earth or far above it. Perhaps it is right next to us but hidden. Some trick of the light, or wondrous curtain bars us from fully knowing it. And we all but wait for a natural philosopher to unlock the phenomenon to show us how to see it at will. Wait, is that the... It might not be, but that reminded me of that like doorway that was it Sokolov was working on? No, Piero was working on it. We'll see. But when so revealed, it will not be a fearsome place any longer, not the distant or special realm described in the myth of the outsider. It will be strange, yes, even unsettling, but nonetheless it will be a new realm for us to explore and eventually conquer. What new treasures await us there? Other lakes made of liquid diamond, the clouds of weightless silver gas, and what things we would learn. Thank you.
I better take these.
Excerpt from a book on sailing traditions and scrimshaw. I think we've read this in the first one. Bone charms, a sailor's blessing, they say. The carving itself is a practice from long back, passed from salty dogs to young greenhorns still finding their sea legs. In old times, sailors cut into the tusks of ice seals and into the arm-long fangs of the bears that roam the islets north of Tivia. Once the whaling trade began, the practitioners began engraving the bones. Oh, it shouldn't have gone began twice. I shouldn't judge. I can barely string a sentence together. Engraving the bones of those great beasts, rendering charms that sing in the night and grant some small boon, increasing a lover's vigor or providing defense against pregnancy. Oh, did I accidentally turn off?
The Crown Killer must be connected to all this, with the Duke and Delilah.
Crown Killer strikes again. Dunwall citizens express shock and fear as yet another... Wait. We already read that upstairs.
I have a feeling I'll need these.
Pretty cool. Press V. Corvo Attano, the Royal Protector in Our Times, Part 2. In an act of rebellion, young Jessamine Caldwell chose Corvo as her Royal Protector when Corvo was 19 and she was 12. He served her loyally as a bodyguard, courier, and some say spy, before and after the time she was crowned Empress. Though it was scandalous gossip at the time, it is said that they began a love affair around 1823, when Jessamine was 12 and Corvo 25. The next chapter in Attano's life is like something out of a legend. During the time of the Rat Plague, when the Empress fell, Corvo was accused of regicide and sentenced for execution. He was thrown into Coleridge prison and publicly reviled. He escaped, and as part of a small conspiracy dedicated to throwing down the tyrannical Lord Regent, Corvo struck back at the people who killed the Empress and who wronged him. As the Lord Regent fell, the Loyalist conspiracy turned on Corvo, poisoning him. Surviving through some inner resilience, yeah, totally, it wasn't that I got help from someone, it was all me. He located the true assassin of the Empress and fought his way out of the flooded district. Corvo eventually cornered the last of the Loyalists on Kingsborough Island at the Burroughs Lighthouse and rescued Emily Kaldwin, heir to the throne. The romantic involvement between Corvo Attano and the Empress Jessamine Caldwell was a terribly kept court secret, and thus it is widely held that Emily Caldwell is their daughter. Following the interregnum, Corvo watched over Emily as she began to rule the Empire of the Isles. Letter from Wyman. Emily, I did not want to wake you this morning, but you'll forgive me since we must have said goodbye 100 times yesterday night, and the only chance I get to see you with your hair all whichever way is while you're asleep. As soon as the sun rises, you'll put on your Empress face. It makes me happy that I know your real face, the one that laughs at our silly rhymes. I do not want to go back to Morley, but I'm needed there. It'll be 4 months before we see each other again. I'll miss you, and yes, I'll bring you some white leaf tobacco for your hookah. Lord Corvo, if you're reading this letter as per your royal protection functions, know that I'm joking and perfectly aware that the white leaf tobacco is forbidden in Bristol. Take care, my daring Emily. Don't go falling from a rooftop. I love you, Wyman. Well, thanks for jinxing me. Corvo Attano, the Royal Protector in Our Times, Part 1. As per usual, I'm doing quite well in reading all of these books in order. His parents were old at the time of his birth, and his father died in a lumber accident outside the city when Corvo was still young. Around that time, his only sibling, a firstborn sister, moved away to Morley, and the family subsequently lost all contact with her. Only 16, Corvo dazzled the people of Kanaka when he entered and won the annual Blade Verbena. Don't know what that is. The spectators from all over Soconis were thrilled to see someone as young and striking, from a working-class family, advance through duel after duel, eventually taking the prize. This unexpected outcome secured Corvo a junior officer ranking in the Grand Circonan Guard. As a soldier, he was involved in a number of conflicts against organized criminal groups, rogue city-states within Soconis, and pirate bands along the chain of islands radiating east from Soconis. Sent from his homeland at the age of 18 by the Duke of Soconis, then Theodanis Abel, father of Luca Abel, Corvo was assigned to serve the Emperor in Dunwall as a diplomatic gift. His Soconan heritage made him a bit of an outsider in Dunwall, but the capital city must have seemed exotic and full of old-world mystery. A few months after he moved to Dunwall, it is recorded that Corvo received word that his mother had passed away several weeks after his departure from Kanaka. That wasn't a thing, it was just shiny.
The reserves won't help against Delilah, even if I had a way to carry it all out of here.
Oh, that's just mean game.
I'll need this.
Oh, at least I got something out of it. Just looking for like little scraps of more treasure. I thought that book got highlighted, but didn't.